तपाम्यहम अहम वर्षम निग्रहणमि उत्सृजामि च अमृतं चैव मृत्युश्च सद असच्च अहम अर्जुन. Hello friends, this is the 19th shlok of the 9th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, and today we will understand this shlok in detail. So let's first go over its meaning. So the shlok says tapamyaham varsham, which means I create heat, rain I. Nigrahanami utsrajami cha, which means stop and create. Amritam chaiva mrityuscha, which means immortality and death also. And sadasaccha aham Arjuna, which means I am the real and the unreal, O Arjun. So over here Shri Krishna is describing how he is above all dualities. And so what he says over here is that he is the one who generates the heat, and he is the one who regulates the rain. So he stops and creates the rain. He is immortality and mortality both, and he is the real and also the unreal. So over here we can see that Shri Krishna is giving the dual ideas over here. So he is saying that he is heat and he is also rain. Now heat is something which is opposite of rain in India, because there is the heat, and then when the heat basically is or fire generates heat, and then heat can be killed through water. So fire generates heat and that heat is killed by water. Or how when the hot weather is there, then that hot weather becomes pleasant through rain. So he is talking about this duality. He is talking about mortality and immortality. He is talking about the real and the unreal. So he is talking about the opposites, and he is saying that he is both of them. So basically he is saying that he is above duality. Now for us as limited beings, we look at this world from the point of view of the duality. We say this is good, that is bad, this is hot, that is cold. So we always talk in terms of this duality, but this is just an illusion, and this illusion comes to us because we are limited beings. So because we are limited beings, we look at this world from a point of view, and if there is something infinite and you look at it from a point of view as a limited being, you will always look at it from a point wherein you can see its two sides. It's basically just like looking at a long line. If there is an infinitely long line and you were to look at it from the side, no matter from where you look at it, you will always see it has two sides. So that is what happens to us also, that we create this duality because we have a point of view. We are limited beings and we have a point of view. So for example, we say that this is hot and that is cold. We can say that okay, India is hot while let's say Sweden is cold. Now that message of saying that this is hot and that is cold it does not really have a meaning, because it all depends on the reference. For me, for example, sure, India is hot and Sweden is cold, but for a polar bear, Sweden is also hot and India is also hot. So this continuum is what we have to look at. This continuum can only be looked at by a being who is infinite. And since the divine is infinite, since Shri Krishna is infinite, he can look at that line from that perspective, wherein he can look at it in its entirety. So that is what Shri Krishna is saying over here, that he is the one who creates the heat, but then he also is the one who creates rain and control that heat basically. So he can look at it from that point of view of the entirety. Now there are other messages that have been given over here wherein he says that he is immortality and also mortality. So how do you explain that? So you have to understand that as limited beings, we see this, we think that we are mortal because we identify with our body, and when we look at it from that point of view, then immortality looks to us to be something which is something desirable and which is something which you cannot really attain. But the thing is that the immortality actually depends on mortality. Without immortality, mortality, immortality cannot really be sustained. So we can understand it basically by understanding that let's say that you as a limited being, decide to are given some sort of a boon, and now you can live for till eternity. So now just think about your life like that, like you can live forever. Won't that be a very boring life? Because you will be the same all the time. Plus uh, you will basically not see any changes in yourself. You will not experience life in a different manner. You'll only experience it from that one particular perspective, and that will become very boring. That will become very boring, and as it will become boring, you will start to hate your immortal life, and you would then start desiring mortality. So being an immortal, you desire mortality. Being a mortal, you desire immortality. So it's basically it's unfulfilling both ways. The truth actually is that you are immortal, but you are mortal also in the sense that you live through different lives, but you never really die. You take on new life. You take on new life. You live a life, then you go to a new life, and then you live that life, then you go to a new life. And so it's basically like that change that is happening keeps refreshing your thing. It is refreshing. So if you are a man, for example, it will be interesting for you to live a life as a woman for some time, then live a life as some other animal. If you are a woman, will be more interesting for you to live your life as a man for some time. If you are an Indian, it will be interesting for you to live the life of an American for some time. If you are a German, it will be interesting for you to live a life like a Jew, for example. So these changes basically are needed to keep things fresh, otherwise it will become very, very boring. So immortality is sustained by mortality, and mortality is sustained by immortality. So there is no difference in that. There is no duality if you were to look at it from the point of view of Sri Krishna. From that point of view, there is no duality. It's basically one and the same thing. Immortality is sustained by mortality. So that is what you have to understand. Similarly, he says that he is real and also the unreal. So here also you have to understand that how the real is basically sustained by the unreal. If there is only real, then it is unchanging. And so in order to see the real, you have to have something which is changing. And so without change, you will not be able to see the unchanging. That is the problem. And so when there is real only, you have to create the unreal in the real in order to experience the real. Without that, you will not be able to experience the real. So that is what Sri Krishna is saying over here, that I am the real and also the unreal. Because if there is no unreal, then you will not be able to experience the real. So the duality actually is not really there. It's only our illusion. We think that there is duality, but actually there is no duality there. So, and that is the thing that applies to everything. And Sri Krishna is telling that over here in this shlok. So I hope that I have explained this shlok well to you. With that, I'll close this video. I will see you all in the next video. Take care.